the man with the vocal presence.
Mike's the one with the gaming essence.
It's time to play with M&K.
Yeah, welcome to Castlevania.
There we go. Hello, and welcome to Mike, Kevin, and Dan play Castlevania Legacy of Darkness.
Why couldn't it just be MK and the Asian play again?
Because I like this. I like saying our names.
It's MK and the Asian play!
MK and the Asian play, yeah.
Fuck off. So anyway, this game...
Starting off pretty well.
This is the game from my childhood that I very much remember playing. I remember even coming home from kindergarten in first grade on like a Friday night or like a Friday afternoon, and I'd be like, I want to play Castlevania all weekend, and that's what I would do. And this game is rated T, but it's a pretty harsh T. And that's the Necronomicon. Magical wonders are to behold.
Isn't that magical book that summons?
It's the Book of the Dead. Yes.
Wait, I
So
don't want to play this. It's dark. It's spooky.
Spooky, spooky skeletons.
spooky, scary. Casey Kobe.
Kobe.
I don't think Kobe Bryant wants to be affiliated with Dracula.
He's probably not even aware that this series exists.
Probably not. Anyway,
Probably not.
especially this game, because this is the Castlevania game that nobody liked.
Wait, is this
Wait,
the
how come
64
no one-
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
no,
basically... Legacy of Darkness is a director's cut of Castlevania 64, adding 2 new characters, some slightly redesigned environments, and a few new areas.
So
It's basically everything that Castlevania 64 was supposed to be.
Ooh.
So and this guy's gonna be in Super Smash Brothers. That's what I got from that.
No, he's not. Why would he be? This came out literally the same year or a year later of Castlevania 64.
Oh, okay.
This isn't a new game.
Wait, isn't this Simon Belknap?
No, there's no Belmont. There are no Belmonts in this game.
Oh. Okay.
There is Reinhardt Schneider, who is the new Belmont descendant, but I'm not sure why his last name changed.
He's the great.
Actually, this game isn't in the timeline.
That's not in timeline.
They removed it from the timeline.
Oh, so it's kind of like Trunks.
Because it was so hated, it was removed from the timeline. Yes, it's like Trunks.
So it's kind of like Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. He's like, yeah, I made my own timeline. Beat the shit out of Cell.
I
Yay.
guess. But so if you had noticed, the scary, intense music with the girl running away. Well, that's the girl. And that's Death.
It seems like a promising.
So what did it do? Death just fondled her? Diddled her?
No.
He wears 2 watches. Because he always has time to diddle.
Oh, no.
Death sacrifices the Virgin to resurrect Dracula. Spoiler alert, Dracula gets resurrected. If you've never played a Castlevania game before, this happens a lot.
Ganondorf.
So wait, so Simon Belmont, just going back, he kills Dracula, and then Dracula comes back to life. One of his relatives, again, family relatives, kills Dracula again.
No, Dan, this is how it starts. First, Trevor Belmont kills, in Castlevania 3, Trevor Belmont, which is a prequel to the original Castlevania, Trevor Belmont kills Dracula first. Then Simon does it. Then Simon resurrects Dracula to destroy his curse, and then kills Dracula again. By the way, this cutscene was never in the game, and this was the coolest fucking thing when I was a kid. Oh yeah, by the way, we're playing this on an emulator. I do own the original game, but I do not have my Nintendo 64 with me. And this is our main character, Cornell. Our protagonist. He's a little like Bruce Lee. This was cool as shit on the Nintendo 64. I know this cutscene is nothing impressive nowadays, but back then I was like, this is amazing!
Wow. Okay.
How long is this opening cutscene?
This is basically where it ends.
Yeah. So as I was saying, so it's basically kind of like saying, oh, so you're gonna kill. So Jack is like, oh, Simon, you're going to kill me. So, but anyway, and then I'll be resurrected by death.
And you'll see me in the next 100 years. 100 years.
One of your relatives will see me in the next 100 years. So basically, it's gonna be like one of those
narrative.
also known as Blue Crescent Moon.
That was the Japanese name.
Through magic of the ancients, this man-beast warrior obtained a physical body of near immortality and
And a power that surpasses that of a wild beast.
The man-beasts choose
How
to
like the
live
name.
harmoniously with humans.
Why don't we have Kevin
sealed
voice this off
away
like
their
5 times
magical
better?
powers
I like this
to
guy.
prevent them from being used.
Yeah, this guy's he's
Through severe
He's
ascetic
good.
training, Cornell acquired the art for releasing the sealed man-wolf.
Can we play this entire game with the
After
man-wolf
a
power?
year
No.
of traveling
Please.
and
No,
ascetic
we can't.
training,
There's no cheats or anything for
Cornell
it.
rushed back to
I
his
want to hack the
village.
game now.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, start.
It's B. Wait, this is Konami.
Engulfing
That might
the
work.
village
That's the first thing I'm gonna try. It's and you're thinking of up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Sister
Yeah,
Ada was carried
There
away
was no
by the
select.
evil spirits.
on the
Now,
Nintendo
he
64
must save
controller.
her. Cornell uses the man
I'll try anyway.
Yeah, try it anyway.
to track the scent of his sister's blood.
Blood.
Reinhard Schneider.
These are the
Carrie Fernandez.
those are the protagonists of Castlevania 64.
We go back 8 years in time, before the period in which these two young
Well,
warriors
this
risked
game
their
seems
lives.
promising. Why is it hated?
Because a lot of purists
Truth that has been
believe that
shrouded in
Castlevania
the gloom of darkness.
should stick to its 2D platforming roots. Now, Castlevania up until this point has always been a 2D game. We've had Castlevania games and we've had Metroidvania games, which are basically the Castlevania games where you level up and use different weapons and stuff like that, like Symphony of the Night and Portrait of Ruin. All of the handhelds basically have become like that. And with the Lords of Shadow reboot, I've really wanted to play this game because I played Lords of Shadow 1 for a few hours, but I really can't stand it because it doesn't feel like Castlevania. That's right, this Castlevania game feels more to me like Castlevania than Lords of Shadow did. But I love this game. I don't understand why everybody hates it.
Well, because I wasn't part of the Castlevanias.
Yeah, I didn't like Castlevania.
It's got great music. All Castlevania games have great music. This one's no exception.
Didn't every Nintendo 64 game have great music?
Yes, Banjo-Kazooie.
GoldenEye didn't have great music.
GoldenEye had horrible music, but it had a great story plot, though.
Isn't
Alright.
GoldenEye considered one of the best games? It's one of the best-selling games on the 64.
So these are our powers here. We have a Sonic. I believe this was compared to Guile's Sonic Boom. It's supposed to be like some sort of supersonic punch. And we have his claw, which is his close range attack, usually for breaking barrels.
So for Castlevania, this is kind of like for the 64 version. It's kind of like going back to Sonic 3D, right?
Yeah.
3D animation for Sonic and how they suck.
Yeah, but only I really enjoy this game as opposed to most Sonic 3D games, which are shit.
Sonic Generations.
Oh God!
Sonic Generations was pretty good. But that had 2D and 3D, so
I think why this game is so hated is because the controls
Are really hard.
they seem to be
are
pretty
difficult to understand.
tight. They seem to be pretty tight controls.
No, I actually mastered the controls to this game, which is why they look tight. This game has a severe learning curve with its controls.
Oh.
Like, if you know how to control the game, it looks super tight and fluid.
Yeah.
But as Castlevania being an action platformer, the platforming needs to be good. And if you can't figure out the platforming in this game, like
You're
most
screwed.
people, they decided that the game was bad and that it wasn't worth playing.
So
Like
when-
Kingdom Hearts platforming.
No, this game better platforming than Kingdom Hearts.
so when are we?
Kingdom
gonna,
Hearts is a shitty platformer.
When are we first gonna see the werewolf? Man Beast thing.
Well, I already have 40 red jewels, so I don't want to waste it. Tell you what, I might show you during the first boss fight,
Fuck you.
depending on whether or not I jump the gap. This is our power up, traditional Castlevania style. You can collect power ups that make your attack stronger. If you die, you lose your power ups.
Yeah.
No, this
you
game
can
is an
keep-
absolute joke if you have your power ups. Boss fights are a complete non-issue when you have 2 power ups, and even 1 power up. And what's great about this game is when you have your power-ups, they stack with your man-wolf
Really?
power. Like, if you're a man-wolf, you do more damage and you take less damage. And the power-ups are still in effect if you have them. There's a chicken right there.
Roast chicken. Nom, 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 nom.
That's right. Torch Chicken is back from Castlevania 4. I say torch chicken instead of wall chicken because there wasn't just chicken in the walls in Castlevania 4. It was also in the torches.
You ate chicken in the walls. Why would you do that?
Alright, so this is our key.
No, answer the question. Why would you eat chicken in the walls?
Why wouldn't you eat chicken in the walls?
Dan, would you eat chicken in the walls?
No.
Okay.
What if it saved your life? Anyway, this is one of our first little things. Oh no, how do we get over there? Invisible floor.
Why?
Because Castlevania rewards exploration. It has all of the credentials of being a great game. It has every single qualifier. I don't understand why people hate it. These are the sub-weapons, by the way. In this game, they stack.
Because, Mike, the game started off as a 2D classic thing on the Super Nintendo, wherever the fuck
It started on the NES.
And it shouldn't be an adventure platformer 3D. That's stupid. It ruins the purest fan base. I want things to go back to the way they were. I don't like change.
That's pretty much everyone's reaction.
You don't like
That's our
change.
skeleton enemy. These white jewels are save
Obama
points.
said yes we can, and then change is good, but then everyone now hates him.
Well,
Oh, that's slander. Sorry.
damn it, Dan.
Don't bring politics into this.
Dan, don't bring politics into my Castlevania game.
If we ever do a Let's Play of Assassin's Creed, that's when we can talk about politics.
What were we supposed to
George
do?
Washington, President of the Year. No.
No. Maybe Cornell and his man beast can be they can be president of the United States. See what happens.
You know what else Oh god, that reminds me of another thing that I freaking hated about the new Castlevania. They took the names of old Castlevania characters like Cornell, and they even made Cornell like a Lycan, which is similar to what he is in this game, which is a man-wolf.
Yeah.
And what they did was, they made him a villain, and they made him look nothing like this. And it infuriated the hell out of me.
Wait,
Castlevania Lords of Shadow rewrote the Castlevania lore.
Can't do that.
Castlevania, this series is amazingly bad at rewriting itself. First we have Dracula, based off of Vlad Tepes, you know, Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Tepes, yes. And then a Castlevania game on the PlayStation 2, a 3D Castlevania game called Lament of Innocence, made Dracula one of these guys who they talked about in the story called Matthias, who was some sort of tactician. So they basically had him steal the vampiric powers. That's our first boss. They had to steal this. They had him steal the vampiric powers of some guy. And
Oh great!
now
It's
in
like
Lords
the
of Shadow,
Titanic.
spoiler alert for Lords of Shadow 1, the main character Gabriel Belmont becomes Dracula.
I don't care what anyone
We're
says.
sinking like the Titanic. We've hit an iceberg.
I don't care what anyone says. For the Nintendo 64, this is pretty good water.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
And this is the one time you can step in water without dying in this game. Spoiler. Damn it.
Get on the box, Mark.
Relax. The water level doesn't actually rise.
Oh, that's...
That's stupid.
And now this
this
is where
game.
we
This
use
is the
the.
worst.
If there's a hand poking holes into your ship, you'd think that the water would rise.
This is the
water
worst game
physics.
ever, Mike.
And this is where we use our camera control with the button here. That's right, this game had camera control. If the people had figured that out, they wouldn't have had to subject themselves to horrible camera angles and get super angry at this game. What do we got here? Gold. Red jewels. And as a platformer, this game is super forgiving with your jumps. If you hold the jump button, you grab onto ledges, like that. See?
Kingdom Hearts.
Nope, in Kingdom Hearts, when you hit the jump button, and you grab
let
on,
go.
if you grab onto a ledge, and you hit the jump button again, you don't go up, you drop!
You're supposed to press up in the air.
Yeah, I know, I figured that out after, like, the umpteenth time. But it's bullshit. So there's the ship sinking into oblivion. Okay, so when I did a practice run-through of the first part of this game last night,
Mike, don't let me go.
I'm letting you go.
Don't let me go, Mike.
Shut up, Dan.
Primarily because...
Okay, lifeboat's here. I gotta let you go.
Shut up, Dan.
Dan, isn't Cornell immortal?
Yeah, so I don't think
Near,
he'll die.
if you listen to the character thing, near immortality. Anyway, I've died 4 times last night playing this game, and 2 of them were this jump right here. If you don't land perfectly on this box, like, you can't grab the ledge. If you don't land on this box, you die and you lose your power-ups.
Good so far. Good so far.
Okay, yeah, that was the hardest jump to make. Alright, so here we get chicken, a second axe, weapon stack, by the way. Let's demonstrate this. When your axes stack... Okay, shit, I guess we'll see it in the boss fight. Guess speaking of which, there's a boss fight coming up. Anyway.
Red Jewel.
Spoiler alert, it's
Watch.
a dragon! It's a dragon!
Thunderbolt! Oh shit. See, power-ups make fighting a boss a complete non-issue, even when that happens. By the way, this boss fight not in the original game.
Ride the dragon!
He's not even remotely tough.
Ride the Hydras.
Ride the Hydra's back, Yugi!
And that's our first boss.
That was easy.
Yep, I'm really good at this game. They're really tough if you don't have power-ups.
Couldn't even use your wolf power.
I didn't need the wolf power. And now we go to Area 2. Join us next time for our new area, the Forest of Silence.
Temple Run, woohoo!